Hello Leo, my pussycats. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This week we're going into the Wild Unknown Archetypal deck. Okay, we're going to look at your current and future energy. We are going to use oracle cards, and then we're going to use the tarot. So we're going to delve a little bit deeper into the current. We're going to ask, what have you been working on? What have you been healing? And what is starting to blossom? And then when we get into the future with the tarot, we're going to ask, what will you finish working on? What will be healed? And what will be ready for you to harvest? So we're going to get started. There is an extended at the end of this as well. The link is at the top of the description. And in the extended, we're going to look at the energy that sits right in between, like the in-between of where you are and where the future energy is. And we're going to ask for any personal challenges, distractions that you need to be aware of, and areas to focus on in the extended. But right now, you're going to get a full-on reading right now. Right now, right here, right now. We're going to find out, Leo, what your current and future energy is. Oh, somebody else had this. Who had this? In the same spot. Oh, interesting. Very exotic. Where you're going. Where you're going. Wow, the bottom. Interesting. You have the Starborn at the bottom. It's funny. It's the first card I'm showing. I haven't really focused a lot on the bottom cards this week, but this I'm really picking up like this cracked egg. Like something is hatching. Something is hatching here. So the current energy that you have is Agape. I think that's how you say it. It's not Agape. It's the Greek word. And we're going to get into that. Agape. But with this, I see like 2 points in time coming together with this. Two energies coming together, going on to very distinct lines of reality here. Concepts of reality. Now the card for your future. I don't think I've ever read this before. It's called Eros. I'm guessing that's how you would say it. Eros? She's holding a diamond in her mouth. It's kind of like sensual and exotic. You know, it feels a little bit expensive in the same breath. I mean, who's got diamonds lying around the house? You can stick them in between your lips, like, right? Like, it's very intriguing. I want to go right into you. I'm going to go right into the book and read these. Do you ever, like, yeah, I don't need to go to the bathroom before I do this, and then you just get doing it like, yeah, I just go to the bathroom. I'm drinking all this tea. There might be a pause in the video. At some point, I'm literally sitting here thinking, oh, I probably should go to the bathroom. Oh, here we go. Agape, maybe it's Agape. Devotion, unconditional love. This is where you're sitting right now. What if instead of putting yourself at the center of your spiritual practice, you put God, Goddess, or nature at the center? How would this change your approach? Such is the energy of Agape. It is alive when we are in awe and wonder, our breath taken away by the sacred force that surrounds us and asks for nothing in return. This card can indicate a spiritual initiation that stretches your capacity to love and serve. You sense the earthly as the heavenly and vice versa. Such an initiatory moment can appear in any form and, like a healing balm to the modern soul, its effect lasts a lifetime. The Agape card may also suggest you reassess what you worship every day, consciously and unconsciously. What are you elevating? Where does the sacred ladder you climb ultimately lead to? The Greek word agape informs the English word agape. To have the mouth agape is to be awestruck by something of breathtaking delight. We are made humble once again. Agape can also be felt as an overwhelming love of family, partner, community. Recognize it by a deep swell of gratitude. When in light, service, reverence, honor, and joy. When in dark, spiritual bypassing and righteousness. I'm really getting like, with this card, when it asks about, you know, what where do you kind of direct what you worship? I can't remember who had this card, and it was sort of the answer in something. It felt like to me, and I'm not seeing it here. I don't know where the answer came from. It was gratitude. I'm bringing that in now. I don't even know. It's like gratitude. Gratitude is a really good way to assess and how you navigate yourself. When I say when they say through where is it? Like what you worship, how you worship. I also look at that in terms of your life and your direction, because that is the central part of worship, is what you are doing with your life. Like, how are you best doing that? How are you best living your best life? And where are you directing that energy? It really is it's a point in time to really assess and think about everything you've ever done and what you're doing and what the motive behind that is, right? Okay, so Eros, let us see what this is all about. Oh, it just sits right behind Agape, right there like that. Oh, and they're showing the card like on the side, like that. I guess this should be like that too. Oh, it messes with my mind. Ooh, wow. Okay, this is where you're going. Wait till you hear this one. Love as desire, eroticism, sensuality. The Eros can be depicted as unbridled sexuality and eroticism. A more contemplative understanding of this archetypal energy leads us to the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another human being. Nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our heart embraces otherness, and in doing so we further understand our own. Our life force awakens. This card reveals an inevitable initiation into love's labyrinth. You may find yourself swirling in a new territory of desire and sensuality. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart. And remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led toward its center. Circuitous, sorry. The Hindu goddess Lalita, she who plays, can help activate Eros energy. She is also known as Faery, Empress of Desire. Plato reminds us that Eros can be experienced as platonic love. It is activated when we witness beauty and truth in the world, when our barriers soften. Maybe, but this, I don't know. This doesn't sound very platonic. When dark. Okay, when light, passion, playfulness, and sexual health. When dark, madness, projection, and obsession. I guess you just need to make it light. You need to make your sexual health good. And there you go. Whoa, Leo, pussycats. That is interesting. So, let's take out. I don't know what egg you're hatching. Sounds like fun. That's why I like these cards. You get a whole other meaning of what's going on. Very in depth. So I'm going to pull out a while unknown oracle for you to go with your current and your future. I almost want to jump right into the extensions. What the hell is going on here? What's going on with these guys? These pussycats. Ooh, the spider. Okay, the current, your future. Looks like a web. Oh, the bee. The bee is really sweet. I don't know, I didn't get a lot of sweetness from Eros, but maybe it's here to tell us it's still sweet, baby. It's still sweet. Okay, your archetype for the current is Agape and Agape. I know I'm just butchering it. And the spider The spider is, you know, to me, it's like the Eight of Pentacles. It's the work that you put in. It's the work that you do. But, you know, with this card, I'm sort of getting like the web. A web that's been woven that pulls you in. I'm hearing the World Wide Web. Maybe there's something you watch. Well, you're watching me right now on the World Wide Web. It's very grounded. I'm going to pull. I have not done it all week. I will pull clarifier out for the spider. Now, for the future here, it's very erotic. It is very sensual. You know, and the diamonds too. I mean, it just feels expensive maybe isn't the right word that I'm using. It's value. There's some sort of value to this, okay? There is definitely some sort of value. This isn't something that cheaply comes around. Let's say that, right? Because, I mean, holding the diamond in your mouth, you don't have those laying around all the time. And then this little bee, though, there's a lot of focus. There's a lot of focus on the magic. Ooh, a lot of focus on magic. There's something magical here. It's not like something that you're going to easily find. Okay. Let's go into the tarot and let's get deeper in here. Wow. I just did, the split was, I wasn't going to say anything, but now I have to. Excuse me, the split was the Strength card and the Knight of Pentacles, the Son of Pentacles, and now it's the Two of Cups, excuse me, and the Son of Pentacles. That's the Son of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. It's enough Nine of Swords. I'm tired of the 8 and 9 of Swords. I don't want it coming around anymore. Y'all get that figured out for yourself, and I'll get it figured out for me, so I don't have to look at it anymore. Those ones, that's enough of those ones. What have you been working on? What have you been healing? What is starting to blossom? Oh, interesting. Okay, what will you, what will you finish working on? What will be healed? Right? Sorry, it's blocked there. Well, that's kind of good. What will be ready to harvest? Truth, clarity, directness. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom. That is a very nice, stable, long-term energy. So, it doesn't feel like, whatever this is, there's value in this. There's value. It's very creative. It's very beautiful. It's very kind of magical with a little bee. Very creative, very magical, highly focused. And it's not like something you would typically find, having that diamond in her mouth. You know, I'm really focusing on your future. It's so intriguing. So, but, and then this at the bottom, I mean, it could lead to something that's very long term. This is not just, you know, a hi, bye, thank you. What I've been working on is the Devil. Been working on freeing yourself from feeling trapped, negative energy. Really good. Someone had something similar to this, but it was in what they were healing. And it's a little bit like that, right? Like if you're working on it, you're trying to heal it. So in a sense it is. It's not feeling trapped. Not feeling trapped. I'm really getting that. And then, you know what? I look here. What have you been healing is the Two of Wands. This is like going out and making choices and having choices. This is what can I go out into the world and get? What is there for me? I know there's something there for me. It's better than this. Those two come together really, really well. Like feeling trapped. Codependency. Addictive thinking. All sorts of stuff. And healing this. Knowing that you can go out and have for you. And find for you. Maybe your focus has been on others. I'm just getting a reversal here with this card. Like, you know, it was asking you to, like, what are you focusing on? What are you directing towards? I think you need to do something good for yourself here with this, like healing this. What is starting to blossom is the Eight of Cups. So whatever you've walked away from, not even whatever you've walked away from, just the whole process of walking away and going really deep, figuring out, you know, what's been good for me in the past, what hasn't been, but what's good for me now? Like, what do I really want to feel and experience and be and have and do? It's blossoming. It's kind of like you're coming out. You're coming out of the Eight of Cups. Maybe you've also, in a way, kind of confined yourself purposely. And then the energy just played out and over and over and over again a little bit to keep you trapped. You've definitely worked on it here and you're healing it. Now, what will you finish working on? Your judgment. I love it. So in the future, what you will be finished working on is your rebirth. Look at that. What you're working on right now, and then what you'll finish working on is coming out of feeling trapped and then flying free. Like being free. Being free. Starting this new journey. Going forward in your new journey. And what will be healed? How do I do that? Yeah, this is the Seven of Pentacles, which is really trying to figure it out. Trying to create a game plan here. Well, I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? What do I do now? Well, now, should I try this? I don't know. This is going to be healed. So all of that, you know, thinking and assessing and planning, it's almost like the flow, going into the flow now. Releasing into the flow. What will be ready to harvest is the King of Swords. Wow. Like that sword is full of rainbow colors. I love it. And it's the truth. I'm kind of feeling like, ooh, link it to this, actually. It's really showing up with the rainbow. Oh, now the spider's making more sense to me. What you've been working on, too, is what is this Ten of Pentacles for you? What could it be? What is this stability and long-term happiness that you have, not with just you, but with others? What is that home? What would that be? And then here is the truth. There's all those colors, the rainbow. There you have it. You know unequivocally, and nothing's changing your mind, exactly what you want and how you want it and where you want it. That didn't come out right with your Eros card. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's go into it. The Teeny Tiny Tarot, let's clarify. You guys are getting me like all flustered here. Stop it, Leo. Oh. Wow. Wow, you're really showing up to your own reading here with these fires. Leo energy, Leo. Oh, you're healing a lot of, yeah. Five of Wands is at the bottom. It's been a struggle. There's been conflict. There's been, you know, even internal struggle. Feels like that with the Devil and the Eight of Cups for sure. Wow. Talk about working on some good stuff, right? The Devil, you're working on the Devil. The Devil is being clarified by the Chariot, the Judgment card, and the Knight of Pentacles, right? What are you going to finish working on? It's a Judgment. And the Chariot is like a point of stagnation, and this stagnation, and it definitely rings true with the Devil here, this stagnation is sitting in like very murky, silty waters where there's a lot of nutrients that accumulates, and it's the nutrients of past life, right? I mean, that's how we get nutrients, the compost of life. And then it comes forward and it grows from that, and it reaches for the sun. That's what I see. And I get all of that with the Chariot energy now. That's kind of how I see the Chariot. Coming out of stagnant energy and moving forward into the flow of the river, into the flow of life. And by doing that, now you're released. You are released. You are being reborn. You are going out again into the world, but like really different. And then this is kind of brilliant. I mean, it's just taking it slow and steady. Not going to do anything rash or crazy, although it just flew off the table. Maybe part of you wants to, but like having a plan, slow and steady, wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. So you're working on that. Good for you. So what have you been healing, right? It's like, well, wanting to go out, looking out the window. The Two of Wands is a lot of times it's someone either looking out a window, someone standing at the threshold of a balcony or something, holding the globe, looking out. Like, what could I find? What could be out there for me? You're healing this. We got the Emperor, the Five of Pentacles, and the Star. Ooh, it's really interesting. It's kind of like releasing the control, but in doing that, you kind of put yourself out. Like, almost like self-sacrifice. Sacrifice of ego and self to discover what's meant for you. And in doing that, this is a very uncomfortable energy, like not belonging anywhere, not having a home, not having a group, whatever that is. But it leads you to the Star. I mean, it leads you to what is really for you. It leads you to abundant possibilities. You're healing that. And I feel like, too, that's been part of the healing journey. What is getting ready to blossom here, right? This Eight of Cups here. I feel like you're coming out of the Eight of Cups. You've been on the discovery. We have Temperance, Strength, and the King of Wands. It's all fire. I mean, two of these cards are you, and then the other one is Sagittarius, but it's all fire. It's all fire. So what is blossoming here is a fire, baby. You are going to be a fireball, let me tell you. But balanced. Balanced, control, knowing exactly what you want. Knowing exactly what you want and where you're going to go to get it. I think I can. Oh, it's terrible. Coming out of the Eight of Cups, know exactly what you want and where you're going to go to get it. Like this card, I don't know, it's dangerous with what comes out of my mouth, with what that card can represent. Okay, so in the future here, you have Judgment. That's good. Which what you're going to finish working on. You have the Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Oh, it's interesting. You're being rebirthed here. You're coming forward, but what I find fascinating is it's almost like watching someone else. Like watching? Paying attention to this King of Pentacles? Maybe there's something going on here with the Eros. There's definitely something going on. Or maybe it's just with yourself, I don't know. But, and then like this Knight is coming, like there's that fire energy, almost watching and going in. This is part of your rebirth. Going for what you want and knowing what is stable and that you are pulled towards. I'll put that as the King of Pentacles. And the energy is equal to yours too. Let's say that. If you're coming in as the King of Wands and there's the King of Pentacles here, you may also be rebirthing yourself as Emperor energy, which is the embodiment of all the kings. Because it's almost like walking away from the Emperor. Walking away from being this Emperor to go into the Five of Pentacles to find abundant and divine possibilities. So what will be healed is the Seven of Pentacles. There's a lot of crazy energy around the Seven of Pentacles. There's a Knight of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Five of Swords. I feel like a lot of back and forth. I'm not sure what to do. Let's do this. Oh gosh. I don't know. Okay, no, let's pull back. It's just, and it kind of represents the Seven of Pentacles. Like, maybe we should do this today. It didn't go very well. Maybe it should be this. Maybe we should think about it for a while. I'm going to do this now. Like, it's... So that'll be healed. Don't worry about that anymore. Well, yeah, I can see that though, right? Like coming out of this rebirth, and it's the Knight of Pentacles. It's do. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And then 2, bringing Temperance energy in is what is kind of the first card after coming out of the 8 of Cups. Temperance, inner strength, knowing exactly who you are and what you want. What will be ready to harvest? The King of Swords. Well, you got 3 kings out here now. The 3 wise men. The 6 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. Oh, there's something stubborn here. Well, the King of Swords is pretty set in their ways. This is ready to harvest. Something that has not been easily given up. It really feels like something that has not been easily given up here. Something that has been protected and nurtured. Something that's very specific only for some, like, I don't know, I'm getting with the 6 of Cups. Something that's very specific for someone. Maybe it's having the clarity and knowing exactly who that someone is. Knowing exactly. I mean, this King of Swords knows precisely. And it is interesting because the King and Queen of Pentacles are sitting here in the future together, right? And I sort of said like this sword is all full of the same color. This is like, it's like a counterpart, however you want to see this. It does feel like it could be romantic, but maybe it's not. It did mention platonic, which is kind of funny because really the whole thing that we read didn't read very platonic until the very end. So take that as it resonates. I'm going to pull, I'm going to do it from a different deck. One card, one tarot card specifically for your archetypal, current archetypal energy, the spider and the Agape, and one for the bee and Eros. I think all these Greek words and stuff, I think that is a sign to me that when COVID is over, I need to go on a trip to Greece. I think, right? Like, that's how I'm going to take that. The Queen of Pentacles. Oh, jeez. You got the Judgment card 3 times now in this reading. Well, you're definitely coming out of the trenches. Okay, so currently, the Queen of Pentacles. This is what I'm getting. This is what I say. This is something that's being protected and not easily given out. Like, this is very nurtured. And maybe this is you. Well, this is your current energy. So, okay. So you're not giving it up easily. Let's just say that maybe. Let's just say that. Like, you're not a cheap date. Perhaps that's the best, most polite way to describe that. You're not being a cheap date right now. Sort of seeing the value in yourself and not giving that away to anything that is less, that is of less value, or at least values you, does not value your, you know what I'm saying, not valuing you. So, and the current is the Judgment. Like, it is a complete being reborn here, looking past who you were in the past and just looking forward. 3 Judgment cards, that's interesting. It reminds me of Aquarius. Aquarius had 3 world cards in their reading. And then they had a 4th one in their extended. And this is kind of like that energy. Like, there is nothing stopping this. I mean, that's what I said to them. Like, this is a massive, massive change. And there's nothing, there's really, like, that train has left the station. It's not stopping. It's not stopping. So this rebirth for you, this coming out of the darkness too, like this. And this, there's nothing stopping it at this point. I mean, there really isn't. It's all in the timeline for you. Maybe you're not quite there, depending on who this resonates with. It's going to resonate with all of you in different ways. in terms of the time. But once it starts happening, it just goes. It's just going. Whew, there we go. Okay, so I'm interested to go do that extended and see what's in there. If I see you, great. If not, I do hope to see you here next week, Leo. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.